Wow, that's exciting.
I was dancing anyway. I love it.
Hello, good evening, welcome along. This is Let's Talk Trek, the UK's longest running weekly Star Trek web show. I think we've just surpassed other people this week.
We've been syndicated more times than Baywatch.
Wow. What a claim. We are like David Hasselhoff in Knight Rider. We just don't know when to quit.
Well, so, David Hasselhoff and I are much alike, except that he's a little bit taller and I'm a little bit better looking.
And he's a bit richer.
So if you're watching us on the USS Riker's Beard, on the Trekkies Guide to the Galaxy on Facebook, or on either of our YouTube channels, hello and welcome along. If you put some comments in, we can see them and we can answer them. It's a whole new way of doing it today. It's all new. So I'm going to be your compere and mover alonger. That's my job. Other people, introduce yourselves. Who we got?
And first of all, we've got Carl.
No, you see, that was always going to be the problem, wasn't it? Everyone jumping in at once.
Start with
Carl. What's your name and where you're from?
Well, my name, in case anyone hadn't guessed, because it's both
Dennis
here and here, is Carl, and I'm from the Trekkies Guide.
And he's from the north. James, what's your name and where you're from?
And it's
Hello,
raining.
my name's James. I'm from QVC, and later on, I'm going to be reviewing this thermal mug. Plenty in stock. Stay tuned.
That looks a lot like something that's not a mug that comes up in my Wish thing. Toy. And I'm Richard, and I'm from the south, Riker's Beard. South of the Riker's Beard. Yes, I'm the south of the Riker's Beard.
So if you are watching, say hello in the comments. We'd love to know who you are. We'd say hello to you as well. We do have a couple of comments in, so let's have a look what Christoph has put in first.
Hi,
of all.
Christoph.
He says, hi all. Hey, buddy.
Hey, look at this fantastic graphic we have here. Look, we can do the comments.
We've also got off DW Smith saying hello today.
Hello,
hey, DW.
Hey, guys. How you doing? Right. So we have, as always, different things to talk about this week. Our first one is going to be our Booze Reviewz. Oh, brilliant.
Oh, I love that theme tune. Can we have more of it later?
Absolutely. Just say when.
Go on, James. What we got?
So, I know you're going to be disappointed because you've asked if I'm going to be using the cocktail shaker this weekend, and the answer is no. And I know you had a cheeky flutter on it as well, so you have to wait for next week, or maybe the week after, or whatever. I don't know. This week's cocktail is the Cheeky Chekhov. The Cheeky Chekhov should more properly be made in a copper drinking vessel. I don't have one. That's to do with thermal conductivity, and we could get a scientist to come and explain, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to bore you. I'm going to go straight in. So I'm going to be using this tall glass. You are going to need some ice, which I'm using in this thermal vessel that we'll be selling later on. Stay tuned.
It's not a torch, is it? It's not a torch.
There's your ice. Lovely, lovely. You will need the juice of a Ferengi lime. Now, if you can't get Ferengi lime, just use normal lime. Let's put that in there.
James, what's the difference between a Ferengi lime and a normal lime?
Damper. Ferengi lime is very damp.
Yeah.
Here's some normal lime.
Would you also describe those moist?
It's slightly limper than your Karen lime.
Now, the next thing you should use is just garden or common variety vodka. Here's one made in Russia or under license from Russia. I believe vodka was actually invented in Poland, interestingly. I've been looking into that. Right. About 1 part vodka, that'll do there. Lovely, lovely. And then you need some Altair water. And where is it? There it is. Right. Ooh. 3 parts Altair water.
James, just out of interest, where did you get the recipe from to make your Cheeky Chekhov?
I went into Guinan's database.
I'm going to say this. It looks a lot
Give
like
it a swizzle.
Moscow.
Give it a swizzle. Wow. No.
Oh, you're no fun.
I will be insensible for the rest of the evening. Now, yes, if you can't get Altair water, it is kind of difficult to get unless you can get the 16.4 light years to Altair 4. Ginger beer will do. And I've got
only Bundaberg.
ginger beer.
Bundaberg is the ginger beer of choice, obviously. Don't forget that.
Well, if you say so, Dan.
Speaking as an expert in ginger beers, Bundaberg is the only one you should really be drinking.
Okay, well, look, there it is. It's delicious.
So Linda has left us a comment, and she says, "Hello, all from Chicago."
I've just finished reading a book that's set in Chicago. It's fantastic, and I'm very much would like to see your bean. This is something a modern artist put in Chicago, which I can't remember what it's supposed to be called, but everyone local refers to it as the bean in Chicago, and it's the centerpiece for a novel I'm reading at the moment. It's fantastic.
Okay.
Okay, so before we get stuff there, let's move on. So yeah, if you want to say hello on our new and improved system, you're commenting things. Well, it's all very cool. We're taking sources from 4 different things now. It's all got changed back of house for us, but it should be the same show you guys are used to from, which is just us prattling along.
With the Picard style LCARS display.
Yeah, I agree. Pertain, Dylan.
Yeah, obviously a bit of a glitch down there.
I don't know what you're on about, pertain.
Pertain. It's like a captain, but not as good, isn't it?
Maybe you'll progress to the CA at some point.
Not quite being promoted from full commander.
Oh, that's a shame.
So Linda has replied.
Close to Linda's bean.
Yeah, I just saw that. Linda's replied.
Yes, Cloudgate. That's what it's supposed to be called. The Cloudgate. Yes.
Oh.
So what does
it look like?
Well, it's a big mirror object that looks like a giant bean. And the idea is when you look at it, you can see the clouds reflected in it. And it's a very arty-farty thing, but the very intelligent people of Chicago decided to just refer to it as a bean because it looks like one. And it's the centerpiece of an epic battle in the latest Dresden Files book, which you haven't read the Dresden Files. They are the best sci-fi fantasy books out there.
Splendid.
So let's have a look. So as we've just done Booze Reviewz, might be a good time to trail what we're going to do next week because people might want to get involved. Next week, we are going to talk about Sinfahol. And more specifically, we are all going to be trying non-alcoholic drinks. Now, if you are a watcher and you want to get involved by purchasing a 0 alcohol or low alcohol drink alternative and let us know what you think of it and how it compares to a real version, let us know. We would love to have you.
So what you're saying is if you want our audience to really enjoy themselves next Sunday evening, go out and buy some Volvic.
Maybe it might be good. We won't know till next week. I mean, for instance, I'm just using an example. Right now, I'm for instance, currently eating raw wine. So I've got raw wine, and I've got non-alcoholic cider. So also known as apple.
Courtney Pozzo says, "I will pretend with." Oh, I see. Very good. Very good.
Good girl.
Fine.
You've had some ideas, Dan, and some of them are good ideas, and some of them are bad ideas. But removing alcohol from any situation, apart from
never going to make it any better,
or driving a car, is not going to make it better. No.
Is this like no epic story started with I was going for a salad?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you like, an all. Let's just for fun for next week's show. Let's all be vegan for a week.
Anyway, moving on. Right, next up on my list of things.
I'm going to live in a godless universe like you, Richard.
Here we go. What we start. Right.
Come on.
Oi!
I'm
Yeah,
going to
you
wear
are.
pants like you, James.
I've not got my order gavel. Order. Right. Next up, we've got Monument to Nimoy. What we got, Carl?
Marvelous.
I'll give him a big hand.
Boom.
What is it, Carl? Tell me what we got.
So, as we're all aware, there's recently been a Monument to Janeway, which we covered a couple of weeks back. And there's been several calls from other Star Trek characters people want to see a monument for, but this one's actually in the planning, I believe, for in Boston. as a tribute to Mr. Nimoy.
Am I right? This is going to be a giant hand rather than a picture. A statue of Nimoy giving the salute.
Yes, it's just going to be the salute.
Does he have a particular link to Boston? Is he from there, or what's the connection?
Nimoy is, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and then he quite frequently went back and did charitable work there as well.
And what is this going to be made of?
I'm not too sure, to be honest. It was only a very brief article that I read.
I want it to be like a disco ball, just a massive little mirror. So the thing that glistens from miles away.
Do you remember, Dan, when they built the walkie-talkie in London, the building that looks a bit like a walkie-talkie, and they found that the sun concentrated in particular ways, and it actually melted a taxi?
Yes, I remember.
that could well happen. If you make a giant hand out of mirrors in the middle of Boston, it could have all sorts of unanticipated effects.
Yeah, could go wrong, that.
So we've got someone making a giant version of the Spocker in Boston. Okay, right. Apparently, I'm still looking in the comments. I've just seen one that says you guys should check out Vulcan, Alberta.
Yes, Vulcans. I think they do have a tribute there to learn to the character Spock.
I got to check that immediately.
Go for it, James. I must have evidence.
Oh no, James, you're not allowed on the internet. Remember?
James, you've been told this. You've only got one bandwidth. You can only do one thing with one bandwidth. Your bandwidth is 1. Stop playing.
Yes, it's yearly, Courtney. I believe it's a yearly event. Probably not this year, unfortunately, but I would love to go over to Alberta. Someone with geography. Is this?
Hang on, isn't it the town called Vulcan in Alberta?
Yeah.
Yes, but where's Alberta?
Yeah.
What is this? Is this a country or?
Where is Alberta, James? We're showing our. Essentially, if you're from America,
within Canada, which is in Northern America.
That's North America, isn't it? Yeah.
If you're from Northern America, Canada, or the US, at the moment, with us being in Britain, we only know where there's 4 states, and this is the 4 states that the election was being counted. So as the average British person, we can now I can point you to Philadelphia and Arizona.
Canada.
Yeah, but
Canada's fantastic. I keep getting emails from Canada asking me to emigrate over there. I have been for some time. I keep getting them. You can get all sorts of stuff. They'll give you land and all sorts.
Actually, I'm tremendously fond of the Canadians. They're a wonderful people.
Oh, they're absolutely fantastic. They're wonderful people. Their president, prime minister, what do you call him?
Justin Trudeau.
I guess, if you're civilized.
Trudeau,
yeah. He's a very good-looking gentleman. And it's a lovely country.
Going up to a party and he rips open his shirt and he's got a Superman shirt on underneath.
And they have Mounties. I saw a program called Due South, and also one that wrestled in the WWE. He was very good.
Right, quick one. Isn't one of the Trekkie girls liking the Canadian Prime Minister? I'm sure I've seen.
Yeah, Sam is a big fan of Mr. Trudeau.
Linda does say, doesn't the Queen still preside over Canada?
It's still civilized, yes.
Yeah.
That's fine. I feel like we're getting away from Star Trek a bit, so I should probably steer this back.
It's your fault, Ben.
If you're watching, by the way,
You're moderator, Mason.
You're well and keeping safe.
Yes. Anyway, right. Time for one of our favourite features. It is Collectables Corner.
So, a little bit of magic later, and I changed my camera.
You really are on QVC.
I know, how amazing is this? So, what I thought was for this evening. Obviously, we're getting on towards mid-November now, and so people are going to be starting to think about the dreaded C word. So,
crap.
Yeah, basically. So, all of these amazing items are fantastic stocking fillers and various little bits of stocking fillers for my collection that I've been brought over the past few years.
Here, Carl. That Kirk mug is awesome. The way he's looking at me,
I know.
Oh,
he's got the eyes for you, Richard. There, I can tell. So we have no Christmas is complete without Star Trek socks. Let's be honest.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got some for my birthday last year, actually.
Yeah, they're lovely. Look at the vibrant colours on those.
They're nice to look at.
Wait a second, Carl. Let's get those up closer. Look, the insignia are wrong. They've all got the command insignia.
They have, unfortunately, yeah. But don't worry, James, because realistically, as fashion dictates, they should be under your trouser leg and no one will see them. We've also got such gems as the Star Trek Chibi collection.
What is a chibi?
It's one of these.
What is it? Do you play with it? Do you display it?
It's
Lego,
a tiny
isn't it?
little display character.
It's Lego.
Special edition
No,
gold
no.
Spock and Kirk. Ooh,
Oh, yes.
That's
Just over there.
C3PO.
they are golden.
We have a variety of mugs that you can purchase for your Trek-loving friends. We have...
I feel like we're in a game show and this is what we could have won.
It's great, isn't it? Okay, let's pick a button.
Oh.
Do you want to be my Johnny?
Yeah, no, we've got one of those that someone bought me, and my daughter found it, and good God, did we have to wrestle that off her.
It's great. And the classic Mr. Spock.
Spook.
Spock. And wait for it, Mr. Spock. Mr. Spock, even, he lights up when he hits the water.
Look, I've just got to qualify with this with you, Carl. Is that
my favourite.
Is that a genuine Star Trek product?
Yeah.
That is a genuine Mr. Spock Star Trek product.
Wow, CBS approved that.
No, the CBS did not approve that at all.
No, they didn't. No. But yeah, basically, all of these fantastic items can be purchased for anywhere around the 1,000 pennies mark, and I'm sure any one of your Trek friends would massively appreciate those as a stocking filler.
I do like the mug. I have to say, I was given the socks for my birthday last year, and they're only good for a couple of wears if you live a vigorous lifestyle like me.
Carl, I'll tell you for you now. If you re-gift any of that to me this year, I'm re-gifting it back to you the year after. Right?
Oh dear! So when we do our Secret Santa, we know where to go.
Absolutely.
Are we going to do that this year?
Yeah, we'll do Secret Santa.
We should totally do that, but we should do it from Wish and just direct the package to each other's homes and see what turns up.
Oh, maybe you'll get another torch, James.
Sorry?
Another torch, maybe. Sorry, thermal mug.
I remember when you found something on Wish this week, and it was described as a selfie stick.
That was Amazon.
Yes, it was from Amazon. It wasn't from Wish, and it was described as a selfie stick. And it was clearly some sort of modern sex device, as far as I could tell.
Right, moving on. Thank you very much. Nadeem said, hello, good evening all. I probably missed the best bits. No, you haven't. There's no best bits.
No. You captured us right on cue.
You can go back and watch it all again, don't worry.
Absolutely. Now, we did have some pictures put on, which I've only just remembered about, and I do apologise. We'll put them up next week. Alan Window put several of his pictures up from DSTs previously gone by of him dressed as various things for our virtual costume competition that we're not prepped for. So
yes, obviously, in the ordinary course of things, we would have been there right now, wouldn't we? Probably in a bar, completely trolleyed, very tired, and almost certainly broke.
Oh, yeah.
I would have been in bed by now, to be fair. So
this would have been my first evening of not working because I would have probably been doing DJ and disco for the last couple of nights. So, yeah, busy. Right. Okay. So moving on from Collectible Corner, our next thing we're going to have a chat about is Picard books or books.
Books we like.
Books. Chip Carter.
So this has just recently either come out or is very soon coming out, and it's apparently just a very small little hardback. It's only about 800 pence off Amazon, and it's just full of Picard quotes from the moment he first walked onto our screens. Again, I think that'd be a brilliant little gift towards Christmas.
I have to there's probably everyone's got a story like this, and that's when you use Star Trek in real life, and it's like a massive burn or it's a big win. And I remember many years ago in a confrontation with a superior at work, where they asked me to do something that I flatly didn't agree with, and I was threatened with my job if I didn't do it. And I turned around and I said, there comes a time when men of good conscience cannot just stand by and let, I said a swear word, like this happen. Chuck completely burned them, and they didn't make me do it, and I got my way. It's exactly, it's if there's nuggets of wisdom like that in Picard, then that's going to be a good read.
Mm. Yeah, I think it'd be inspiration on a daily basis.
And we've lost
there is a YouTube clip of all the best Picard speeches, if you find it. It's about 20 minutes long, and it is well worth a watch.
Mm. Especially when he burns the cognac.
So we're back now. I've just run off and come back, so I'm assuming that's the end of the show. Goodbye. Thanks all for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
So, Picard speeches. Do you think there's going to be an entire page dedicated to just 3 words? Shut up, Wesley.
There might be one about lights.
How many lights are there? Okay, so going from the Picard book to one of our newer features, Richard reads.
Yes, so if we could, this week I read The Long Way Round, which is the Delta Quadrant to the Alpha Quadrant, a scenic route by Admiral Janeway. I sat down to read this book, but there was just no direction. I've got to be honest with you. It didn't seem to go anywhere. It certainly didn't seem to go anywhere very fast. No, it didn't go anywhere very fast. The story just seemed to meander off left and right. It was like it's very rarely I put a book down, but halfway through I felt we were never actually going to get to the end. So much as I'd like to recommend this book, I'm afraid this is getting a thumbs down.
What's that book like?
Available?
Sorry, say it again then.
Where is the book available?
That's from Sir Richard Publishing House.
Okay.
Available at all good
good
motorway services. Right. Yeah. I believe I found this unique piece of paper, which is A to B, which is the Catherine Janeway doing it. Now, if you watch carefully, this arrow denotes the way that Picard would have done it.
Yeah. Probably in season 1.
Picard wouldn't even have done that. He would have used the Traveller, like he did in that Where No One Has Gone Before, whatever it is, to get straight back in the first episode. It wouldn't take 7 years. He just gets straight back.
This is the Janeway method.
I think we can all agree it's a lot more entertaining.
Wow. Quality of effects on this show is something else.
Getting better and better.
Oh dear.
Oh, Carl, push it on to the next bit.
Reset.
Okay.
Oh, it's broken.
Oh, well, what a shocker. Right, well, I'll tell you what then, Mr. Moderator. We'll move to the next section then, shall we?
Hooray! Yes, it's What in Sam Hill, the no expense spared jaunt through the internet that is where I go and find some random clip and show it to you for your entertainment and, dare I say, education. So,
I'm not sure you can claim that about this one.
Last week, we dipped into the advertising career of one Cheryl Gates McFadden, and she wanted to know more about the National Enquirer. But this week, we found her advertising a different kind of product altogether. I believe the advert was around about 1983. It is pre-TNG. So, Carl, roll VT.
Presenting Sara Lee croissants.
Sara Lee Poisson,
No. Only the French can make the true croissant. Ooh, so light, so flaky, so buttery, so French.
So, how do you like Sara Lee croissants?
I love them. Tell me, this Sara Lee, she's French, no?
Nobody does it like Sara Lee.
In 3 delicious flavors.
Wow.
Oh,
confess.
is it finished? So, an interesting jaunt there into what it might have been like if Gates McFadden's Dr. Crusher had married Jean-Luc Picard and become French.
I have to say, I am noticeably aroused.
Ooh la la, John.
There's no way I'm getting up and moving to the next class right now, because that was incredible.
The thing
Where that croissant from?
her accent there in that advert was almost as convincing as Sir Patrick Stewart's in that episode of Picard, where he's wearing the eye patch.
Last time
The galaxy's greatest Frenchman disguises himself as a Frenchman.
You think before that scene,
just like this.
just like this, he's like, Gates, when you did that croissant advert, how did you pretend to be French?
I thought like an idiot. And
So essentially, I have to dress like Elton John and pretend to be French.
If Jiffy or you enjoyed that and you found any other clips that you might think would entertain us, do feel free to send me a link because I'm getting bored trawling for these. Yes, no. I hope you all enjoy.
James's normal internet searches.
my favourite is still that George Takei Wisconsin bus service.
Yeah, that was
Really?
good.
No, I'm lying.
The frozen food one.
Yes,
When I'm in Milwaukee, I always let the bus take the train.
James, do you think next week we could do the Ludlow's frozen food again?
Do a repeat.
Lord.
Sorry, Ludlow's.
Should we save that for the end of year best of episode?
Yeah,
You'd be pleased to know, Richard, there's a whole chain of them. He did more than one.
James, I have an idea. When lockdown has ended, let's you and I pop down to our local Iceland and recreate it.
I'll tell you what, with his apparently he shaved it this week. Someone's put a picture up of Jonathan Frakes has now taken his beard off while he's directing a new film. But I think with the beard, he could be the new Captain Birdseye. Yeah.
Frakes without the beard, it's like Samson without the hair. He must surely lose all his abilities.
Well, if the film he's directing is rubbish, then yes, we know what happened, don't we? Should have kept the directing beard. Right, beautiful. So there's our rich. There's our.
By a croissant.
It's like you say, it's so romantic. Talking of romantic, Richard Rants.
All right. So this week I've had a letter from our regular viewer, Paul. And, well, Paul writes, I write to you in distress. With my home cinema system, like many others, I spent a tidy fortune on a surround sound system to watch Enterprise in glorious 5.1 Dolby. But I can't get Netflix to play in surround sound in Welsh. There you are on the screen there.
He needs, Richard. He needs face of the heart.
Please, can you help me? Yours, Paul. Well, as regular viewers of the show will know, I'm a champion of the people. And I decided that I'm going to sort this out now, here and now on the show. I'm going to call Netflix customer support. And I'm going to find out what's going on. Just bear with me. So, speakerphone.
Welcome to Netflix customer support. Please listen to the following options carefully. For sales, press 1. For support, press 2. Alternatively, please state the department you need.
Support.
Is your problem with audio or video?
Audio.
Are you having problems with surround sound watching Enterprise?
Yes.
Are you Brazilian?
No, I'm not Brazilian.
Please learn to speak Brazilian, then try watching again. I hope this helped with your problem.
So there we have it. If you could put the slide up again, please, Carl.
Yeah.
Where we have our...
recompose myself and find the slide.
Yeah. So basically, as you can see, this is genuine. This is not made up. It's clearly not available in Welsh for a start. But although it's advertised in 5.1 surround sound, you can only watch Enterprise in surround sound if you watch it in the dubbed Brazilian version. It's just incredible that they would have it in dubbed Brazilian in 5.1 and not Welsh. I'm sorry, Paul. I've tried. I've contacted the customer support. And that's as much as I could get out of them.
Well, what we could do is get hold of a friend of the show, Dominic Keating, and ask if he would go around to Paul's house and just reproduce those scenes live.
Well, what are we talking like? Crouch behind his chair and just whisper in his ear every so often.
He likes that.
Violent phasers, Captain.
It's like he's in the room.
Maybe we can get Connor Trinier in as well. Yeah, they do a good double act. Oh, bless. Well, so champion of the little people, Richard.
Hang on. Hello, Mum. I'm doing my show. Hang on. Hang on. Right. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, yeah, so I'm just literally in the middle of doing my show at the moment. Mum, you all right?
Which show?
Your Star Trek show. I do it every week.
Oh, yeah, I didn't realise it was that late. Okay, darling, I'll bring up to make sure you and the kids and George are all right.
Do you want to just check her surround sound's okay?
Thank you, Mum. I'll give you a call when the show's done, all right? Bye. Sorry about that. That was my mum.
God, Richard, it's your bedtime. Go to bed. Right. Well,
I found
okay.
So,
I'm trying to keep maintain the integrity of the show here. So let's carry on with Discovery Models. What we got, Carl?
Oh, Discovery Models.
Are we talking about this week's Discovery show?
No, this one's.
We can lead into that from this.
Yeah. So this is that there is, I believe, 2 new Discovery models and a Section 31 model made by 2 separate companies. Is that correct?
I believe so, yes.
Oh, this is me bit to talk about. Okay, so the big one you can see in the box is being made by Polar Lights. It's a pre-built, pre-painted. You just pop the stand in and it's done. And the other ones, which are underneath, are the Eagle Moss.
My mother's favourite Star Trek is definitely Voyager, and she is a Trekkie. I should have gone.
Hang on then. If she's a Trekkie, why is she not watching the show?
she apparently she's seen enough of me. But actually, my mother accompanied me to my first ever Star Trek convention.
Are we classing her as a special guest this week?
Why not? I'll get her on. I'll tell you what. I'll get her on next week.
We're going to put the bin back on us. Oh, right. And the other ones, as you can see, are
how big is that?
Starship Hero Collection, whatever they're now called, Eagle Moss, Void Discovery, and Section 31, which are also going to be out soon. So,
is that the XL version then? So it'll be like 45 centimeters.
I think so, yeah.
It is, yes.
Okay.
Now, looking at them, I quite like the Polar Lights one, if I'm honest.
Polar Lights always do the best, but I've been looking for. It's been a while since I've done a model. I've been looking for a decent model of the Thunderchild Akira class starship, and wow, you're looking at some money to get a decent one of them. But Polar Lights are the ones that make the best kits, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got one of the Polar Lights ones just over here. Actually, let me grab out the shelf, which is still waiting to be built. Which is the Space Seed one.
Oh, yeah. Lovely.
Which is a snap together. It comes in a sort of colour where it's a very it's the colours, but a very basic colour with the decals you can stick on, or you can paint it and do it yourself.
Well, yeah, you'd add the highlights, wouldn't you, if you on yourself? Yeah,
bit of weathering.
Courtney says she doesn't like the cutout bits, which I assume is on the Discovery. Alan Window says, comments-wise, best special guest next week.
Yes, my mother. I'm going to get her on the show next week.
There we go.
Did you see Alan's comment about just fold the sheet to get home quicker from A to B?
Yeah.
Like that.
Very well done, Alan. Very good.
Yes, indeed. Right. So yeah, that's the models. Next up, I believe James, you wish to discuss Discovery / USS Nog.
Oh, wait. Right. You can't discuss it without throwing out.
Spoilers are going to follow.
Yes. So amongst the plot that went on, we actually got to see some of the new Starfleet in the 32nd century, which is further on than we've ever been before. And the first slide that Carl has picked up there is one of the few ships they see is the USS Voyager J. So it's the 10th successor. Is that right? A, B, C, D,
11th.
H.
Well, it's the 11th generation.
Successor to Janeway's Voyager, and you'll notice it's got the same registry, 74656. And in canon, I think it's only the Enterprise that has sequential letters keeping the same registry as an honour to Kirk's Enterprise.
Am I right in saying? Am I right in saying in the books the actual Voyager ship is kept and preserved and is a monument, the whole ship in San Francisco?
On the grounds of the Presidio, yes.
Yeah.
2 seconds. I've just been watching some Trek Yards. I've got some very important news. The Voyager J apparently has a much better sat nav and doesn't get lost frequently.
Well, one thing that the Voyager J has to contend with is it can't do warp speed. So,
well, yeah.
Or
they're even slower then, really, won't it?
They have no warp drive at all. Or what?
Anyone who plays Star Trek Online, if you want to select the Intrepid class and alternatives, you'll see something that looks very similar to that. So obviously they've employed similar designers, but you can get an Intrepid class, more advanced design that's pretty much identical to that in Star Trek Online. Get on there and check it out.
Apropos of which, I did look at Rick Sternbach's feed to see if he's come out to say he's had anything to do with this, and apparently not. So Rick, who designed Voyager, and it's one of the best ships, I think, in canon.
Absolutely, yeah.
Had
gorgeous.
nothing to do with this. That's a real shame, I think. But we don't really see any more of it than that. It just looks a bit like a wedge. That's all we can tell.
You want to see the rest of it, though? You can literally check it out on Star Trek Online. It's pretty much identical. Well, that part is. Yeah. So.
I'm liking the blue Knight Rider stripe halfway up it.
So that was one of the ships we saw. We saw another one. Carl, if you have the slide. There you have it. The Starship Nog. Presumably named for dear Nog, who was in DS9. And,
well, it's named for Aaron Eisenberg, isn't it? Which is a lovely gesture.
Well, they've said it's an Eisenberg class,
yeah.
actually. So, it is a tribute there to Aaron Eisenberg by the current producers of Trek. We can talk about the enormously long registry number if you like, but I don't think our audience is that fussed by that sort of thing. But yes, it's a lovely tribute that's sitting in there. Yes, so we didn't see very much more of Starfleet. We did see some uniforms, though, Carl. Do you have the slides of those?
We certainly do.
Let's see. This is 32nd century Starfleet uniforms now.
Mm-hmm.
Looking a little bit sort of more militaristic than those we've seen in the past.
Yeah.
Cheap. Quite Spartan.
Right. Do you have a picture of new generation Jeff Goldblum? Have we got a picture of him yet?
Hey?
What?
The guy in the glasses that looks like Jeff Goldblum.
Isn't that David Cronenberg?
The Section 31 Dobby.
Is it Section 30? Oh, who knows? There's so many spoilers. Let's not go into it. I believe there is a video coming out on Trekkie's Guide this week of Carl's predictions for how the series is going to go.
The theories.
My theories, yes.
We're going to do a theory video this week.
Ooh. As well as a review on Thursday.
Well, no, the review will be Friday.
Friday, yeah. Obviously Friday, yes.
I know what it'll be. Just at the end, it will be Riker going, computer end program, and walking off the holodeck.
I don't know that one.
Shut up, Alexa. It's not a proper Star Trek series if it doesn't have Riker at the end. He's very grey, that, isn't he?
Yes, lots of people saying David Cronenberg, which is the man that I'm talking about. But the one that I said instantly started saying at home, he looked like Jeff Goldblum from the future.
Well, there we go. Look, so we've got the traditional Starfleet colours there, the red, blue and gold. There's a white one there, interestingly.
Medical, I assume?
Well, that was the hologram, wasn't it? With his bow tie.
Yeah.
Ready to serve a drink. But how did we all enjoy this episode this week?
I felt like measurably better than last week.
Yeah. And how did you enjoy it, Dan?
I thought it was very good. I did say to you guys, I thought it was longer than it was, if that makes sense. So
yeah. And Carl, how did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it. I personally didn't think it was quite as strong as some of the other episodes. But no, I still enjoyed it. I think it definitely had a problem of the week feel to it, very much TNG style.
I mean, I enjoyed mine at about 9 p.m. on the sofa with a glass of red wine and some of these. That's how I tend to enjoy my Star Trek the most. That's what I do. But like Dan said, it felt longer than it was. And when I think about my favorite episodes of TNG specifically, the episodes always felt longer than 45 minutes. They always did. They seemed to be able to cram so much in that it seemed like you're watching, for intents and purposes, a film. And I really felt this with this week's episode of Discovery, like Dan said.
Now, in the comments, Carl, I can see a theory.
That's a great theory.
Do you want to bring it up? That creepy guy is from Section 31 and sends Youz back to 22nd century to create Section 31 in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the opposite of a predestination paradox?
Well, so when's Enterprise? Because Enterprise is when we know canonically that Section 1 first exists, don't we? In season 4 of Enterprise.
Yes, because they try to recruit Malcolm, don't they?
Yeah. So yeah, could be. Oh, maybe that means we'll get some Dominic Keating in the future, some more,
Maybe. Yeah, sad to see Nan go. Yes.
Nan was a good character.
Yes. Yes, indeed. So, what else have we got? Oh, we have a Richard rant in the thing. Do you have a rant to do today, Richard? Or are you rantless?
No, he's already done the rant.
I did it.
He's done his Netflix rant. I thought it might be 2 because there's 2 on the schedule.
No, I did mention that before we started that it was.
All right, don't worry, it's probably me not removing it. That's fine. So we are at 45 minutes. This has been our first week of our new system. So if you have commented and seen your name on the screen, well done. If you haven't commented, why not? We like comments and stuff like that. We're going to do some sort of
working.
We are how long to Christmas?
6 weeks.
5 weeks.
6 weeks, yeah.
So we are going to look at some sort of Secret Santa thing. If you have an idea of what we should be doing, let us know. Anything that we can be buying for each other below. What budget are we saying?
Or indeed anything that you, our viewer, could buy for each other.
Yes. And if any of you have got any Star Trek related making businesses and you want to tell us about it, we will always support the little man, but we won't say it on here because CBS will shut you down. So, yeah.
We like supporting the little man. That's why I'm on this show.
Yes. What you can't see is Richard sitting on a booster cushion. And his mum's just said it's time to go in for tea. So,
what?
On the happy for.
I'd like one on the top right. What the?
I believe that's Richard.
Richard has a fan.
I've got a what? I like the one on the top right.
Linda, if you'd like to
Yes,
send
we
us a
have-
Christmas card, just ask us and we'll send you
Yeah.
his address.
Yeah. Please do. I do like fan mail. Right. Can I do my song now?
Go on, do your song.
Yeah.
James, you ready?
Percussion. I get ready.
Is it the Elton John classic Christmas time mistletoe and wine?
Yeah. Not Christmas. These dickheads on Facebook sticking their Christmas shit up already. Jesus. Right.
Language. CBS.
Oh, I like to dream, yeah. Right between the sound machine and a cloud of sand I drift into. Oh, any place it goes is right.
Hey, James, you've got to wait until I... Hang on.
You don't know what we can find. Why don't you come with me, little girl, on a magic carpet ride? You don't know what we can find. Why don't you come and dream to me? Fantasy will set you free. Close your eyes, girl. Look inside, girl. Let the sound take you away.
Hey!
Richard, in our pre-show discussions this week, was there not another song that you learned?
Well, I'll try.
Oh, see, an encore.
Hang on.
This week's show is running.
One for each other, one. The three pills are we, brother to far and everyone, a brave amigo. Wherever they need us, our destinies lead us, amigos, we're always together. And wherever we go, if we brave amigos, we will be amigos forever. We are the three amigos. We are the three amigos. We are the three amigos and amigos from you.
Right, boys and girls, ladies and gents, beings of all descriptions.
Bye.
We're going to see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Stop the live stream, Carl.